We present to you the TCP layer, exploits and defensive measures on a core communication protocol. We'll explain what TCP is and demonstrate 4 attacks and defenses. TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol and is one of the many protocols used to standardize communication between 2 devices on a network. Information isn't sent all at once, it's sent in several packets, and these packets should be able to traverse any network to arrive in order and with no loss. This is where TCP comes in. TCP is a protocol that is reliable, connection-based, it's widely used, it has error checking, the order of it matters, it's a bit on the slower side, but it isn't inherently secure. All of your devices have TCP built in. Basically, all of your packets that you send get a header, and this gives the recipient device information such as sequence number, acknowledgements, control flags, and checksums. This is where we get vulnerabilities because TCP does not have any inherent security.
Exploit number 1 is TCP SYN flood. Let's first understand what is a TCP handshake protocol. It starts when a client sends SYN requests and server responds with a SYN acknowledgement, and again the client sends acknowledgement. That's how the connection will be established. It is basically used to establish connection. So attackers will disrupt this TCP handshake by sending excessive SYN requests, but they will never send an acknowledgement back, and this will lead to half-open connections and will slow down the server's performance. To implement this attack, we have cloned 2 seed VMs. One is attacker and one is victim. In the first image, you can see that before the attack, the server responded to the telnet requests very quickly without any delay. But after we flooded the victim's VM by using network 76 command, the server was overwhelmed with half-open connections and it could not connect like how it connected before. You can see in the second image. So for the defense, we are using SYN cookies, which uses cryptographic mechanism to validate the client request. So after enabling the SYN cookies, you can see in the second image that the telnet connects successfully without any delay, and even though the server is flooded with so many SYN packets, it is connected without any delay because of the cryptographic mechanism which is used here to ignore the malicious request. You can compare it to the before defense. Before defense, it was not able to connect. Coming to an end, we successfully implemented the simpler attack, and to prevent it, we used SYN cookie defense.
Exploit number 2 is TCP reset. The TCP header contains a flag called RST, known by reset. It's typically sent by a device to abruptly close a connection in the event of a problem. An attacker can exploit this to typically sent by a device to abruptly close a connection in the event of a problem. An attacker can exploit this to disrupt a connection, making this a DOS attack. Here's a brief overview of the attack, but basically, a client will receive a fake packet and terminate its connection to a stream. Here's a short demo. 1. Connection set. 2. Forged reset packets are sent to the client. 3. Connection disrupted. Here's a short defense overview. This was conducted in Kali Linux. An IP tables rule will be set up to block that packet so the stream does not get interrupted. 1. The IP tables rule is set up. 2. The attack scenario begins. 3. The connection is unaffected.
Hi, this is Sai Krishna. I'm here to explain about Mitnick attack. This is named after the Kevin Mitnick, a famous hacker. It exploits the vulnerabilities in the TCP handshake process, and the server replies with synchronization acknowledgement but receives no final acknowledgement. Resource remain tied up with incomplete connections, and it results in denial of service, like prevents the legitimate users from accessing the server. Four like points of overview of attack. The attacker sends a flood synchronization packets with forgot IP address, and the target server responds with synchronization attack packets to the fake address, expecting an acknowledgement. In turn, no acknowledgement is sent back, leaving the connections off open. So it will results to the denial of service. See, I am implemented in the Kali Linux virtual machine. So after pinging the packets are transferring from source to destinations, but that means there is the attack in this one. Before trying to defend the attack, I tried with the configuration UFW firewall and SSH, which giving like these commands till the sources from the packets are transferring. So I tried with security ubuntu virtual machine with firewall giving by these commands. See, after giving the commands, so there is no transfer of packets from source to destination, so there is no attack.
Hello, welcome to my section of my exploitation number 4, TCP process hijack. Hello, this is the overview of the attack. On the right side, we have a image of what the attack will look like. We have an established connection between a user and a server, and an attacker will come in and do a man-in-the-middle attack. This is a demo of the attack. So initially, we had to set up the environments. We created 3 virtual environments to run on a virtual network. This was an Ubuntu server, an Ubuntu client, and a Kali attack client. For the attack, of course, we had to send a fictitious TCP packet with the right source IP, source port, destination IP, destination port, and of course, the most important is the acknowledgement number and the sequence number. If these weren't correct, it would not send the packet. This is the defense for the attack. The attack essentially has 3 more important defenses. Promiscuous mode essentially is what it's in right now. This allows promiscuity across the network, which allows if there's a switch in place, and the switch is basically allowing the clients and the servers not to communicate to each other, not view each other, not know what they're talking to. If that's done, that could definitely potentially avoid reconnaissance, make it a lot harder. And encrypt the data. If you encrypt the data, either encrypting it through a symmetric or asymmetric means. If you did it through an asymmetric means and then you encrypted the data with your private key and then they were decrypted with their public key, they can then verify that the information is actually correct. So whenever you said you have been hijacked, if let's say you sent that encrypted, but the other way around, whenever people verify who you are by using your public key to unencrypt your private key, then it could have been figured out, oh, this is the right person, or authenticating, creating a
Now, coming to the conclusion, we explored TCP vulnerabilities and simulated 4 attacks, which are TCP Sunflood, TCP Reset, TCP Session Hijack, and TCP Mitinik, and we also implemented the defense for it.